Hi, in this video I want to introduce a scripting tool I have developed. It's designed for those who enjoy using C# but find creating a full-size C# solution inconvenient for everyday tasks. The program is called Pure. It's essentially a command line interpreter that allows you to write C# scripts. To get started, let's go to the repository and go to the release page. From there, you can download the already compiled executables. For the purpose of this video, I am using the Windows 64-bit version, but you can also compile from the source code if you are using Linux or Mac. After the download, we can go to the repository and extract it. Inside the folder, there are a few things of interest. The first is the pure.exe file. This is a command line interface, and it's also the runtime engine we want to execute the script file. The other one is if you are using Windows, you can find inside the folder there's a logbook.exe. This provides a logbook-like interface, which we will talk more in the other video. The other folder of interest is the NuGets. Inside this folder, it contains a bunch of standard libraries that comes with the distribution. The last thing of interest is the API documentation. It contains explanations of the majority of the functions available in the standard libraries. To start using it, you need to add this path to your environment path. You can do it by go to environment path and edit environment variables. From there, you can find your own path and you can proceed to add that to your local. So for my computer, I have already done it. So in order to use it, I can just open a command line or PowerShell and I can just type pure. And that's how you verify that you have successfully installed the program. If you use exit and do pure version, you can see the current build version is 0.7.3. The basic command line usage is just like any other scripting program. You can type in commands and use math functions, and because it's essentially C#, you can also define your functions using the typical C# syntax, and you can call your functions. But more usefully, it's typically used with a script file. To do that, let's demonstrate using, I'm going to delete all of this because I already have it. I'm going to open Visual Studio Code, and from here I'm going to demonstrate how you can use a script file. Here, let's start with a simple script. Now we can write any C# version 12 syntax, and let's start with a basic example. Let's say you want to print something, you can do write line. Afterwards, you just do pure and you run the script, and you can see it's working. Now you can also access command line arguments. In this case, I'm going to pass in my name. You access all the command line arguments with this special global variable arguments. So in this case, I can say Charles. So I say hello Charles. You can also define your own functions as we have shown earlier. And you can define your functions anywhere in the script. In this case, let's say this is my age. We can do my func, and my age is actually slightly older, and that's how it works. You can also define your types. Let's say we do a record, and you can instantiate a record by doing something like this. Charles, and the age 28, and you can then print it. And you can see that it works just like any other C# program. A cool feature that you might find useful is you can do include. So include is implemented as a macro. So what you do, you can do let's say you create a library file and provide some functions inside the library. And include simply includes the file before executing anything else. So you can see here the record is actually, you know, a variable inside another file, but we can print it right here. So if we run it here, you can see it works just like before. So that's the one very useful feature. Another very useful feature is, and that's something I really like, is let's say if you use NuGet, and you can see that on NuGet there are very useful stuff like mass.net, and it's called mass.net numerics, right? So what we can do is, let's say we want to use a function to calculate correlation. And from the documentation you can find there is a function called Pearson correlation. So in order to use it in Pure, it's very straightforward. You can use another macro called import and put the name of the function here, sorry, the name of the library here, and you can just do it. So the Pearson expects two I numeral double, right? So we can just create two simple series. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and we can do a B is you know, 2, 3, 4, and you can do Pearson, and in this case it's going to be A and B. Now the namespace that we are using is mass.net numerics, so we need to use using, which is from C#, and here the class is called correlation, and from there you can do write line the result, and we can execute that one. Hopefully everything works. Now the first time you import the library, it's going to try to download it, and it's gonna take a while to you know, to do it. But the second time you do it should be fairly fast. Yeah, that's basically the basic usage of Pure, and we are going to talk about the more interesting stuff in other videos.